Hey guys, welcome back for another deck profile channel. A bit of a different layout, I know. We're going to try something new. I've gotten access to my wife's old microphone, which means sound quality should sound better than using our Razer headset. Trying out using our Logic Cam and stuff. I've finally connected my phone as a webcam, so things may look a little different, but that's not what you're here for. You're here for a deck profile. And I went back to an old favourite. I've been testing this. I've played it in locals once a few weeks back. I was meant to film some shots for it. We will be filming it. We will be doing locals with this tomorrow. But this is Blackwargreymon. So I've been having a good bit of fun with this deck, enjoying it. By the way, please ignore this pipe thing here. It's a part of the camera setup, so get it down. But onto the profile. It's a little unorthodox. So we're running 4 of the BT21 Coromons. This is purely so if we delete an opponent's Digimon while we are Greymon in name, essentially, and it's our opponent's turn, we'll draw a card. So it's just a bit of draw power, especially with how I've designed the deck. This is fine. By the way, if you can't tell, we're going black based. On to our rookies. So we are going to be running 3 of the ST15 Agumons for the starter main, gain of memory. It's no different almost than a lot of the Liberator rookies right now, where they reduce the memory by 1 for Digivolving. We're going to gain the memory first and then spend 2 to Digivolve, so it's 6 and 2 for ease, really. We're getting the same thing. The inheritable of gain of memory when attack target switch is very relevant. We can turn steel with this. And next week's deck profile, this will probably be the main rookie that you'll want to see in it, and that you'll be. So I look forward to that, because we're not done with Greymons. Then we're on to some searches with BT12 Agumons, playing 4 of them. Get to search 4 cards deep into the deck. Get a Greymon in name as well as a tie. We do run quite a few ties, so it's nice to grab them. The plus 1000 inheritable alterns does come up, as we are a bit of a control-based deck, so we are kind of slow-paced, we want to block and stuff, things like that, or put our opponent into unfavorable situations. And then to pair up with it, honestly, because I couldn't really find anything else I really wanted to run, per se, for the level 3 slots that was kind of calling out to me, so I just went with 3 old BT8 Agumons. Again, searching 4 card deep, and if we hit a Blackwargreymon, or essentially any of our level 6s, this will grab 2 cards instead of 1. Something that a lot of the Liberator rookies are doing right now. And I was like, right, okay, I feel like this is a good. No inheritable sucks a little bit, but hopefully EX10 may fix that. We may get some new stuff for Blackwar, and I can't wait to play it again.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you never miss a thing.
On to our champions. So, level 4 even. Same thing. But we're running 2 BT12 Greymon. So, because it's only if you don't have a tie, you get to play a tie, I don't value it as much. It is one of our best options for black sources. All turns, once again, plus 1000 DP. It comes up from time to time. He does sometimes get to play out a tie. Next, we're running 2 BT21 Greymons. So this is to put our opponent in unfavorable situations. We're going to force them to attack. We either hard play this, or we just straight up Digivolve into this, because play cost 4 is not a bad thing to do in this deck. Reboot is fine. It doesn't come up all the time, but when it does come up, it's very nice. But we're mostly using it just to be like, right, that Digimon now has to attack, and if we can control the memory in the correct way, or if we've got another line set up, we're able to steal turn. Or even control the board a bit. As our main level 4, I'm playing 4 ST15 Greymons. Security effect is nice. I've kind of slowly become known as this guy that runs a lot of kind of like security bombs. So a friend who's done some deck profiles, Charles Shiro, says when swinging at my security in all my decks, it's like walking into tall grass in Pokemon. I can promise you that's not the intention. Security is a bonus here. It's mostly because of the all turns when attack target switch, gain a memory. This is what I wanted to focus on, and I would have run this as a free of, but I was like, you know what? the security effect is good enough to bump it up to 4 while still getting the inheritable I want. So it does come up, it's very nice, and if we see it in security, that's just the bonus. And seeing it in security can help speed up our games to actually maybe keep up with some of the meta decks right now. Our final level 4 is the Blackwargreymon x-antibody. So at this point, you've probably noticed this is the first time we've mentioned x-antibody. Sadly, I think running Agumon X's and all the other Greymon X's are a bit too slow right now, because to essentially perfect line it, you have to get 2 rookies, 2 level 4s, 2 level 5s, 2 Airs, and 1 to 2 level 6s, where every other deck is just looking for 1 of each level. So going x-antibody route is not the greatest thing right now. Only certain decks like Dexdora can really do it, because they've got a way of managing the memory to just do their line, as well as a lot easier ways to search for the deck. So we're playing this as a one-of. The inheritable comes up sometimes, but we're mostly using it, honestly, just to get the reduced Digivolution cost. Just make things a little bit cheaper, so if it comes up, it's nice. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. And there's been plenty of times, because I have not seen another level 4, I was hard Digivolved into this in the back, and it's been like, right, okay, next turn I'll just raise and just get my reduced cost. It doesn't really, it helps progress game state, because sometimes that's what you have to do. This guy does need to come off the list. He was put on the list because he made Blackwar too fast. Every deck's too fast now. This guy needs to come off the list, Bandai. On to my level 5s. I'm running 4 BT21 Metal Greymons. So I was originally thinking about running the Structure Deck 15 Metal Greymons to get the +1 security attack inheritable, and its actual effect did nothing. I was like, I kind of want that, but I want something a bit more control to help me out here. I could run the BT8 Metal Greys. They have a very nice one. But I wanted to experiment with this guy a little bit first. And I ended up liking him. It does cost 2, same as the BT8 Metal Grey would if you run him, which honestly, it's 6 and 2 freeze. But the difference I found is with how much things like aces and that are running about right now, the inheritable to attack unsuspended Digimon, I didn't really want that much. I'd rather have Alliance. So if I set up that second body, I can Alliance with it, which does come up quite a few times. Because if I control the board into a state that's more favourable to me, I can swing with Alliance, do 2 checks, while still controlling the board with D-Digivolve. Where if they've got the ability to attack an unsuspended Digimon, it doesn't... If it's like a level 4, level 5, sometimes level 6, you could be swinging into an ace and just lose your entire body, and that's not what you want. You want to somehow force the board into a state where it's like, okay, there's going to be unsuspending happening. I'm going to be triggering my Black Walls effect to delete stuff. You want to really be controlling the board with this deck, and I felt like this best suited it. So the BT8 Metal Greymon would guarantee it, and I feel like the Alliance is a bonus to this for the controlling aspect. Go with it. We're running 3 BT11 Metal Greymon x-antibodies. This is like the first Metal x-antibody that you kind of want to see. Honestly, mostly for its inheritable to trash security when something unsuspends. Again, trying to control that boss state, either you're going to force them into attack, so in the next turn when they unsuspend, they're going to do stuff. If you have an opportunity, get a swing in yourself to reboot, unsuspend, various things like that. The when Digivolving effect to protect yourself from DP reduction, D-Digivolve, this is mostly for certain aces. If you feel like you may need that protection. The deletion comes up, very nice, the control board state. But honestly, the ultimate reason we're running this is just the inheritable, just to once again try and slow control that game state. Next, on to level 6s, I'm running 2 BT8 Blackwargreymon. So, Tamers are everywhere right now, and I made the aim of the game to Tamer hate. So, this is a way of Tamer hating. We can delete Digimon with it as well. This is the only level 6 in the entire deck where Reboot comes up. So we can swing with this, get the reboot going, and then he's up again as a blocker if we have our tie. But he's also just another way to have the Blackwargreymon in our sources for Black War X. Speaking of which, we are running 3 Blackwargreymon x-antibodies. This is a card that you can digivolve over your Black War if you don't see your x-antibodies. You can digivolve straight into him if you see your x-antibodies. Sometimes you may just need to digivolve into him anyway, just because you've got no other choice. So reboot, opponent's turn. When something unsuspends, we delete the lowest play cost Digimon. If there is multiple of the same, we get to pick. And when our opponent attacks with the highest DP Digimon, we can force a redirect without having blocker into him. So even if they manage to suspend him down, it does come up. It's very nice. We can just be like, right, well, I'm going to redirect that attack anyway. And then again, I get the inheritables to gain memory and stuff. If they've got aces on the board when you unsuspend and that's like the only thing, then you can like turn steal very easy. Overall, still a great card, just needs that bit more support of a push. On to our Tamers, we don't run any level 7s, so we're running 3 of the BT12 ties. Again, start of main, on play, give one of your Greymons or Orgrimmons a name, plus 1000 DP and blocker, so it puts blocker online in the deck to help control. And then your turn, when we will digivolve into a Greymon in name, we can tap the tie, gain a memory. Again, I feel like this is countering the idea, as it's a similar idea to the Liberators, where it's if your opponent has a Digimon, you gain a memory, and then you would use that memory anyway to potentially just digivolve. There are some cases where, like, you'd use that memory to play down over Tamers or boost to set up for future turns. But we've got to take it where we can in this deck. We don't have all the stuff that makes all the current day decks very good, so we've got to take it where we can. I'm then running 1 ST15 tie as a memory setter. Attack target switches, draw a card plus 2000. We're doing a lot of that, trying to force it out. So it's a nice little one-off, puts us up to a grand total of 4 ties. I feel like it's enough for 2 Greymons to play out. I feel like it's enough for Orgrimmons to find. Then our other Tamer, we are running 3 Cool Boys. It gives us a secondary colour for the Metal Greymon to de-digivolve, but it also finds the Greymon X, the Metal Grey X, and the Black War X, as well as the x-antibody, so what we're about to get to in a moment. So it finds a good few pieces. We don't get to tap it all that often, but when we do, it does come up because it's a draw and a memory, which is very nice. And across the 2 search, can't go wrong, but it also, like I say, having 2 as another coloured Tamer in order to de-digivolve with Metal Greymon. On to our option cards now. We're running 2 x-antibody protoforms, so this will help make our cost a little bit cheaper. We can just digivolve to Metal Greymon x-antibody for 0 from Metal Greymon, or we can go from a level 5 into a Black War X for the cost of 4 instead. It's recursion into security, which comes up. If you have this and Greymon x-antibody in the sources, you do have to choose. You can't do both. So you can either grab something back from sources and put protoform to the top, or you can bottom deck the protoform with Greymon and then not do anything else. So it is a pick or choose situation. So honestly, most of the time I found myself, if I'm in that situation, I'm putting protoform into my security. I'm just grabbing that Greymon X back. Next time I can just reduce digivolve again. Go alongside this protoform, we are running 1 normal x-antibody. As I discovered recently, I felt like I wanted more anyway, and I felt like I was going to bump it to 3 protoforms. But then I discovered that protoform you have to digivolve to place it under, so I was like, right, well, I need something I can just place under then. So we went with x-antibody, and it also gives us a little bit of aggression if we feel like we can take the swing from a level 5 straight to Black War X. And then pass the turn, reboot, and do stuff that way. Good old shenanigans. I'm running double Hades Force because Tamer Hate, like I say, is the aim of the game with this deck, mostly. Get to delete a bunch of Tamers. So, for example, one of the biggest Tamer decks right now is Adventure. And with this, if you have Black War X on the field, you can delete 4 of their Tamers, one of them being the memory setter tie they have, if it's on field. Because their play costs are so cheap and low that you can just essentially annihilate their entire play. Coming up with security, sometimes it's nice to delete the highest DP. A lot of things have alliance these days. So if they're swinging, like say against Adventure, like say Adventure, it's going to swing like 5 checks because of alliance, and this is the first thing they hit. Well, that thing that's doing the 5 checks is now dead because it's got all the DP. Say if Blackwargreymon, they swing with Marcus with alliance, and the Marcus is first thing to hit it, then it dies. Yeah, it goes to security, but I'd rather it be in security than me losing an additional 2. And a lot of decks, like say, they have multiple checks these days because alliance is everywhere thanks to the adventure decks, and it's become so easy accessible. Honestly, like my opinion, the state of the game right now, aggro is in a perfect place, maybe a little too powerful. I don't mind the idea of OTK decks. I just don't like the idea of turn 2 OTKs. We just got rid of Fenrir, and now we're pretty much back into that state where a lot of decks can just annihilate your security on turn 2 and kill you turn 3. And if they're not doing it turn 2, then they're doing it turn 3 or turn 4, and it's getting a bit too fast. I mean, turn 4 I'm kind of okay with, turn 5, like there, turn 4 or 5. But slow control decks like this, like, there may be a thing of the past, but control as an aspect overall needs a little bit of a power buff. We're running free black memory boosts. I value memory boosts over trainings these days, just because, one, it helps me search few extra cards deeper, because bricking is a thing, and on top of that, I just like to pop that memory to maybe use it for other things other than just digivolving. So I've been liking the idea of memory boosts over trainings recently. So I'll always typically run more memory boosts than I will trainings. So like for example, we're running 3 memory boosts and then we're running 2 trainings here to make it a total of 5. When I was building this deck, a lot of the ratios I kind of took from my idea of my Saphagamon. I was like, that's been working really well for me. I want to essentially take this into other decks and see how those decks fare and maybe fine-tune them a bit. And this was the ratio I was running Saphagamon, and I've been liking it so far in this deck as well. Then our last one, we're running 2 black scrambles. I felt like it was just a little bit more needed with the high Digivolution cost potential of Black War to have them, as well as maybe getting some of those pieces recurred that we may be bricking on from trash to the top of the deck. And even sometimes that's happened, if you're ready to maybe like raise your first lineup, you can pop a scramble to top deck, say that piece you've been missing because it was hitting security, and then play out a Agumon to search it, or a Agumon to gain another memory from there. So they'll help you in those aspects, but then like again, if you've got managed to go the entire way to Black War X and keep turn or whatever, or you've used x-antibody, you may potentially have Alliance live, so you can then play the body out to then swing with that Alliance to do 2 checks. So this has been my Blackwargreymon deck profile, well, Blackwargreymon x-antibody. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Like I say, we'll be keeping on the theme of Black War going into next week. So look forward to that video. It's going to be Gaiomon. It's going to be kind of very similar build, but also different at the same time, and we'll talk about a few of the changes there. I'll be playing this in locals as of tomorrow, and hopefully on Tuesday you should see a short of how that went. Sadly, there will not be any shorts the week after though, as we are at QCon over here, and where would be the normal Digimon locals, I've been asked to judge it instead, so I will not be able to take part. But I'll maybe try and film a little bit of a short just to show you overall the experience in the day and stuff like that of what it's like from the judges aspect. We'll see. Hope you had a wonderful one. Until next time.